Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth, and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, and Lord willing, touch on this article briefly with you beloved Akiyam and Akwath, which is pretty much highlighting the diminishing of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the arch enemy of the nation of Israel. Okay, this man has proceeded to brutalize us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for hundreds of years. If I reference the current rebirth of the Western Roman Empire via the Renaissance period, but if we go further back than that, we can go back to 333 BC, man, during the time of the Greeks. All right, during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, okay, where they heavily persecuted the nation of Israel in the form of the Southern Kingdom. Okay, and they haven't changed, man. As we've come into the 21st century, these individuals, by the Edomites, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, they have forwarded our affliction. Okay, they have coined us, our Southern Kingdom brothers, 3/5 of a man. All right, they've sold us on auction blocks. All right, they've weaponized our history against us via the Bible. All right, they've taken the Bible, they've made a slave Bible. Okay, they've taken the scriptures and they've manipulated them. Okay, twisted them and flipped them and bounced them to pretty much cancel out the chosen people, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, in efforts to push their own narrative. All right, in efforts to make it seem as if they're the chosen people. All right, they've turned the Messiah into a clean leper, along with the Heavenly Father, the rest of the prophets, the angels, our foremothers, and so on and so forth. And they've even gotten so proud, all right, to where they've even claimed to be the people. They claim that they're the chosen people. All right, but now we're in the time. I say all that to say this. Now we're in the time where all their lies and their deceit and their manipulative ways, okay, their pseudoscience, it's all being revealed in 2024, man. All right, this man is in a disarray. All right, he's completely dropped the ball. All right, and he's been found out to be a complete liar, man, a barbarian. All right, a complete renegade. You see, and it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, this devil, all right, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, being revealed, and he can no longer hide himself, man. Okay, and he's utilized media, as you can see in the title of this article, which we're gonna get it. He's utilized certain platforms and celebrity machines and different areas of his kingdom to manipulate the situation. All right, to create and control narratives, in efforts for it to play out in his favor. You see, but now we're in a time where now that wisdom, that ability to deceive, is diminishing. And who's taking it away? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, the witchcraft he's been able to push since his birth is diminishing. It's diminishing. And when we go to Jeremiah real fast, the book of Jeremiah chapter 49, this is why this question is raised. Okay, the book of Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7, and it reads, concerning Edom. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Remember, Esau is Edom. Pursuant to Genesis, the 36th chapter, when it goes into the generations of Esau. It tells you in the first verse of Genesis 36, and I believe also the 8th verse, it tells you that Esau is Edom. You see, meaning what? Anywhere this man hangs his hat up, okay, that's Esau. So here it is. We know he set up his throne over here in the west, right? As far known as America, over here in the northwest. Okay, so this is Edom. This is spiritual Edom. This is modern day Mount Seir. This is the modern day Chaldeans. You see? this is it. Okay? Now real quick, let's get this again. Jeremiah 49:7, and it reads, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Okay, and Teman will be the modern day Germans, the wiser of these Edomites. You know, they're behind these, you know, weapons of mass destruction. Okay, they're these physicists that have been able to split atoms, smash them back together to create these weapons of mass destruction, man. Okay, and it's of the works and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai they were brought forth. Or as it tells us in Isaiah, the Lord created the smith. You see that bloweth the coals in the fire, man. The smith being the modern day physicist, man, to bring the weapons of the Lord's indignation. You see, let's continue on. But now we're in a time where now they're losing their wits. You see? They lost control of the narrative. All right, those blueprints that weren't supposed to get into the hands of any of these heathens, they got them. All right, that's why every nation and their mother have ICBMs today. Right? Its counsel perish from the prudent. Is their wisdom vanished, man? You see, and this question is being raised because ultimately we're living in a time where his witchcraft, his deception, it's no longer holding weight. Okay, this man has been found out to be the devil that the Bible speaks of. You see, his revelation has come to fruition pursuing the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Only he who now letteth will let. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has been allowing this man to be concealed and to come up under all these different aliases. Okay, he's been able to move around and slither around the earth like Jason Bourne with all these different passports coming in under different nationalities and different land masses he's conquered. But no, man, we're in a time now where you've been honed in on through the spirit, man. Okay, that inquisition, which is that intense investigation, has come upon you. And you've been found out, man. Esau, Edom, is the so-called white man, woman, and child, man. All right, these global elites, these international banking families, those are the Edomites, the Amalekites. All right, Amalek being the chief house, okay, of Esau. Okay, the Khazars. All right, this is who's running the world, man. And this man's been found out, and they operate under the energy of witchcraft. You see, that's how they move. That's why when you go here, and as a matter of fact, when you go to Revelation, we're gonna go to Isaiah. But when you go, I'm gonna reference Revelation. When you go to Revelation, it tells you when this man came out of the pit, which was over there in Europe, right? That low land, all right, the land low on resources, poor soil quality, so on and so forth. When this man was in captivity during the time of the Byzantine Empire over there in Europe, all right, it tells you once he came out of that pit, all right, once he came out of captivity, what was the first thing he did? He went to deceive the nations, man. And how did he do it? He did it through witchcraft. Let's go here. The book of Isaiah chapter 47. And as a matter of fact, I want to get this in the GMB. Bear with me. The book of Isaiah. It hits. Let's see. Salaki, I went way too far down. That was in a different book. Don't really use the GMB much. So bear with me. Isaiah 47. gonna jump down. Here we go. Here we go. Got it. Kala Yahabashim Yahushai. This is what I want. Here we go. Kala Yahabashim Yahushai. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 10. Right? In the Good News Bible, we're going to read down to verse 12. And it reads, you felt sure of yourself. And this is talking to who? Let's start from verse 1. The Lord says, Babylon, come down from your throne and sit in the dust on the ground, which that dust represents confusion. This Babylon is talking about the daughter of Babylon, which is America. Okay? You were once like a virgin, a city unconquered, but you are soft and delicate no longer, right? Because ultimately, all hell is going to break out on this landmass, man. Okay? Civil unrest is going to break out, and ultimately, missiles are going to fly via World War III. Okay? Ultimately, at the end of the day. Right, but let's jump down to verse 10. You felt sure of yourself in your evil. You thought that no one could see you, right? That secret counsel spoken of in Psalm 64. That secret counsel of the wicked, which is talking to the global elite. You know, they thought no one could see them because, again, they utilize the various tentacles that they have sprawled out throughout their kingdom that they control. Right, in the form of their celebrity machine, the judicial system, their media, and certain outlets they control. Okay, but now they're in the position where that's no longer showing them favor. Okay, they thought the internet was going to be for them. Okay, but it's come to find out that the unicorn's not willing to sup with him. Okay, he's being found out through the media, through the unicorn, through the internet. You see, and his mainstream media is no longer being inquired of. Because people have come to the conclusion that it's full of propaganda and lies. Let's continue on. Your wisdom and knowledge led you astray. And you said to yourself, I am power. There is no one else like me. Right. His pride has deceived him, as it tells us in Obadiah. Esau's in a position now where he's playing himself. He's gotten caught. He's gotten so caught up in this fantasy, all right, through his pseudoscience and him being able to control the narrative for so long that he truly thinks that he's him. Okay, I know you, Jake. I know you brothers and sisters have heard Jake. These wicked niggas in the hood talking about I'm him. All right, that's the mind. They got that mindset from Esau. Okay, because Esau's sitting in a lab somewhere. Okay, with thick ass glasses, a white lab coat with every pen you can imagine in the breast pocket, talking about he's him. All right, because he was able to finalize a molecule, man. You see, this man's in a position now where he's playing himself, man. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai has put a spirit of deception on him. He's playing himself. He's deceived. Let's continue on. Disaster will come upon you, man. Okay? Isaiah 47 and 11 in the Good News Bible translation. Disaster will come upon you. And none of your magic can stop it. Okay? And this is what he's been executing under the umbrella of magic, which is what? Witchcraft. Through what? His media. And we're going to show you. But let's continue on. Ruin will come on you suddenly, man. Suddenly means what? Without notice. In an instant. You won't be able to prepare for it. Ruin you never dreamt of. Whew. Daniel 12:1 is going to be like a time like no other. Right? Keep all your magic spells and charms. You have used them since you were young. Right? Okay, since this man's inception, all right, since his rebirth back into the power seat during the Renaissance period, this man's been executing witchcraft. All right, this is why when you go here, and that's been his stronghold. What do you think all these holidays are about? Look at the book of Psalms, chapter 58. And verse 3, and it reads, The wicked, which pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4, the wicked is none other than Esau Edom. He's coined as the border of wickedness. He is the wicked, right? The wicked are estranged from the womb. What's that mean? Let's continue on. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay? This is not going into a baby being born and he's talking goo goo gaga and he's lying about it. No. This is talking about the erecting of an empire, man, under these Edomites. You see, in the form of this revived Western Roman Empire, known as the Renaissance period when they first came in. Renaissance meaning rebirth. Okay? And what was rebirth? The Western Roman Empire. Alright, this is around the same time, but the 1400s was around the same time the printing press came into existence. And what do you think Esau was mass publishing? Okay, falsehood. Okay? He pushed out the Bible under a false narrative in efforts to gain power over the planet under false pretenses that he's those chosen people. All right, this man's rewritten history. You see? He's been speaking lies since his inception. Since he's coming back into power. He's been lying. And one of his major outlets he's used, okay, is what? The media. Which now, due to the unicorn and videos going viral, he no longer has the control over. He's lost control over the narrative. He's losing the information war. This is why he's pushing an agenda known as cancel culture. Okay, where they cancel you from being able to have freedom of speech, which automatically afflicts the constitutional rights. Okay, regarding the freedom of speech. You see that? So this man's just stumbling and slipping uphill, looking crazy as hell, going back on the laws he's established through the founding fathers, as they call them. He's backpedaling now. But check this out. This is from Natural News. Just showing you, Lord, what? This man's folded. This man's fallen. We're witnessing the fall of an empire. Okay, this is Natural News, dated December 21st, 2024. The title reads, "As the mainstream media loses its power and big tech censorship falters, prepare for an even greater fight for free speech than ever before." See, mainstream media is losing its power. And what is mainstream media? CNN, MSNBC, Fox, so on and so forth. Okay, those outlets they utilize, New York Times. So, you know what I mean? Those outlets they use, that mainstream information outlet. It's losing its power. Okay? And when you go into this word media, real quick, and when you get this word media and add them online, it goes into what? Newspapers, radio, right. Perhaps abstracted from mass media, right? Technical term, and advertising, right. As we just mentioned, these major mainstream outlets, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, just to name a few. Right, plural of medium. Look, it's a plural of medium. Now, what's medium? When you get medium, matter of fact, let me see, something might be done. There it goes. And when you jump into it, so it's a plural of medium. So check this out. So medium, let's get medium. And it goes into what? That's under the noun. All right. Let's get this. Look at many of the secondary senses are via the notion of intervening substance through which a force or equally is conveyed. No. An intermediate agency, channel communication from the former VIA application. No, we want to jump down here to, there we go, in spiritualism, here we go. Person who conveys spiritual messages. You see that? In painting in reference to oil, watercolor, the notion is liquid in which pigments, desired fluid, golden. Let's see here. That's what we wanted right there. So in spiritualism, person who conveys spiritual messages going into what? A medium, which is a what? A witch. You see? Witchcraft. But it's no longer having a stronghold over the people. That's why mainstream media is losing its power. Because as it tells us in Isaiah, what's that, Isaiah 25? Okay? That covering cast, matter of fact, we might as well just get it. We got to get it. Let me see here. When you go to Isaiah, the 25th chapter. And the 7th verse. And it reads, and he will destroy in this mountain. In what mountain? Babylon the Great, man. All right, the place where all the wickedness and deception is springboarded from. Right? And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. What is this talking about? Let's go here. Let's get it in blue letter. So when you go to Isaiah 25, let's get this word cast, covering cast.
Strong's H3874. Loot.
And when you jump down, it says under biblical usage to wrap closely or tightly. Right? Envelope, to wrap tightly. Right? To wrap tightly. Okay, so you can, let me see here. Let's jump down to the Chaldee lexicon here. Bear with me. Kinda looks like that's Lawata, if I'm not mistaken. Lawata. And the last one, Quadash, Lawata. Right, and let's see here. To cover over, right, to hide. See, that deception, right, to wrap up. Hiding. In another form and hidden, secret. Look at hidden, secret. Right? And there's nothing hidden that won't be revealed. Right? And here we are today, revealing Esau. Right? Secretly. Wrapped. Let me see here. To do secretly. Right? Going back into the deception. This is the protocol that this man operates under. Look at secret arts. Secret arts. Look at incantations, man. Incantations. What's the etymology of the word incantations? Incantation. Art or act of enchanting by uttering magical words. You see that with ceremony is supposed to have magical power. You see? So that made the media, the mainstream media, and there were a couple of years ago, there was a brother that put together a lesson going through all of these major mainstream medias regarding certain talking points that was going on at that time, and they all spoke the same thing, word for word. And I know you Akiyam and Akwath that are in the loop, that have been around for a couple of years now. You know what I'm talking about. All right, this is what it is. That's that witchcraft. Look at art or act of enchanting by uttering magical words. With ceremony supposed to have a magical power, the formula of words or the ceremony employed. Look at French incantation. Spell. Oh man, exorcism, art of enchanting. You see? And they enchant you through what? Their mainstream media. Okay? Which is no longer holding weight, as we read here. As the mainstream media loses power. That covering cast, that veil, is being removed, okay, from over all people and over all nations. Let's read this again, Isaiah 25:7, and it reads, and he who, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because now he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So now it's time for Esau to be taken out of the way. So now he's no longer allowing him to deceive. He's no longer allowing him to have that ability to run circles around the people. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread over all nations, man. This is why you got the Chinaman calling this man the devil. Okay? You got them Hamites calling this man the devil. Shit, you got Satan casting out Satan. And we know what that means pursuing the Mark III. That kingdom, that house is not going to be able to stand, man. We are witnessing the fall of an empire. Let's get a little bit more of this article. We're not going to read it in its totality. It's a little bit of a read, but I might, as usual, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I'll put it in the description box for you beloved Akiam and Akwaf. Let's get this though. For years, the American public has been subjected to a relentless campaign of censorship, manipulation, and outright lies, perpetrated by a collusive network of government agencies, man. See, this man's man, this is beautiful. The Lord's exposing him. He can no longer hide himself. Look at big tech corporations and left-wing media outlets. This unholy alliance has systematically silenced dissent, suppressed truth, and weaponized information to maintain control over public discourse. The recent revelations, which revelations means to reveal, and this is the time we're in, the revelation of Esau, pursuing the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, right? The recent revelations about government collusion with Facebook, the weaponization of disinformation, and the coordinated efforts to censor conservative voices for years have exposed the depth of this corruption. Now that they have been exposed and mainstream media ratings have fallen, don't expect them to quit. Right now, hey, we're looking into the time of Revelations 12:12 to come into fruition. You see, the devil's about to come down with great wrath because he knoweth he hath but a short time. This is the time we're coming into. Look, and now that they've lost control and the majority of Americans are disregarding false narratives, expect the propaganda machine to double down like never before and fight for censorship in the name of keeping you safe. Right? Order out of chaos. See? And this is why we say this man's losing the information war. He no longer has control over the narrative. The unicorn was not willing to serve him. You see, look at the legacy media's descent into propaganda, man. The legacy media's descent into propaganda. No. The mainstream media has been all about propaganda. This is not something that just happened overnight. They've been lying since the beginning. It's just the people didn't know. Okay? They've always been into painting a boogeyman and lying and making things seem one way. They went to the moon and all this other crazy shit. They've always been lying. When you get this word propaganda, right, it goes into what? Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view, right? To work in their narrative, to work in their favor, for them to control the situation. They've always been lying through their mainstream media. It's just that we're in the time now where Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, as we read in Isaiah 25, he's lifting that cover and casting veil over the faces of the people and the nations. See? And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to leave it for you, Akiyama Nakwa, but we're going to read the headlines of these talking points. Look at this one. Government and big tech's collusion to censor truth. And they've been doing that through what? Through their AI. All right, they've been trying to do that through their algorithm that they've set up, you know, on these certain platforms. You know, they'll tell you that you violated YouTube, community guidelines. Because you said the G word, you know, G-A-Y or F-A-G-G-E-T. You know what I'm saying? But here it is, you can say nigga, and they leave you up. You see, showing you how biased they are. But anyways, right, continuing on. Right, the fight for free speech and truth must continue. Right, and at the end of the day, truth is going to prevail. As it tells us in 2nd Esdras, I believe that's the 6th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, we can close out with that. Matter of fact, let's get that now. That's the spirit. The spirit wants that to come out. I believe it's, let me see here. 2nd Esdras 6. Here we go. There it goes. The book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 27, and it reads, "For evil shall be put out," and this is what we're witnessing. We're witnessing evil being put out right before our eyes. All right? And it's going to be put out in its perfection upon the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai in the form of the day of doom, when World War III comes into its perfection. Because we're already in World War III. It's just when those missiles fly, that's it coming into its perfection at that point. You see? For evil shall be put out, and deceit, deception, lies, okay, shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared, baby. And this is where we are today. Truth is being declared. You see? Truth is now springing forth. And Evil E is losing his mind. Because the reality of his demise is now knocking on his front door, man. Let's close out with Obadiah. The only chapter, chapter 1. And we're going to jump down to verse 8, and it reads, "Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?" And this is what we're witnessing as we read the headline of this article, and the reality that we see before us reflecting regarding it. Okay? Esau's losing his wisdom. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is stripping him of it, the little wisdom he had. Okay? But we understand that gift, that blessing of deception that he's been given, when that begins to continue to wane and it dissipates, he's going to have no choice but to lean on his other blessing, his main one. Yep, you guessed it, the sword. Hence why I mentioned Revelations 12 and 12 earlier. Right, let's continue on. "And the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter," man. And that mount goes into the mountain, which goes into a government, which goes into the houses of Esau, pursuant to Genesis 36, man. Okay? And it specifies every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, man. Because that's the end game, pursuant to Obadiah 1 and 18 in the kingdom. You see? At the end of the day, Esau's demise is upon him. And we're witnessing the stages of his visitation coming into fruition, man. Esau's about to lose. And this is why we tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, okay, regarding the times that we're living in and what you need to do, okay, as an Israelite. Repent which means turn back regretfully, remorsefully, and regretfully, man. All right? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. The warning is going to go off for only so long, because it's coming to a time where this word is no longer going to be readily available, pursuant to Amos 8 and 11. There is going to be a famine of the word. And if you find yourself in a position where you didn't correct your ways with the Lord, and find yourself in a position where you have a relationship with the highest power conceivable and his only begotten son, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, when the grid goes down, the lights go out, you may very well be too late to repent. You see? So, hey, repent, Jake. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kwedash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf will edify. Shalom.